Hi, my name is Caroleena. I am a yoga instructor here in Huntington Beach, California, the recent graduate of the Mindful Resilience training put on by Veterans Yoga Project, as well as an intern. And I'm here to do a 30-minute gentle flow. And we're going to begin in child's pose. So bringing your knees as wide as your mat and your big toes to touch. Sit your hips back down towards your heels as you slowly begin to walk your hands forward. Allow your forearms to rest on the mat and bring your forehead down to touch. Your next inhale, rise up to tabletop. Bring your wrists under your shoulders and knees under your hips. And find a neutral pelvis, engage the lower belly. Keep the back of the neck long. On your inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, lift the chest and lift the tailbone, spread the front of the shoulder blades. And on the exhale, cat pose, round the spine, tuck the navel, tuck the chin, gaze at the navel. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat, round in. Inhale, cow pose. Lift the gaze. And exhale, cat, round in. Your next inhale, come back to tabletop, finding a neutral pelvis. Your inhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling and spread the shoulder blades, reach up through the fingertips. And on the exhale, thread the needle, bring the right shoulder down to the mat, right ear to the mat, and gaze to the left. And walk your hand out in front of you, or you can keep it directly under your shoulder blade, under your shoulder, and gazing up. Wherever your hand is, keep your hips over your knees. If you extended your hand, bring it back underneath your shoulder. And on your next inhale, press into the palm and lift the right arm up, spreading the shoulder blades. And on the exhale, tabletop. Your inhale, left arm up, reach up through the fingertips. On the exhale, thread the needle, left shoulder and left ear down to the mat, gaze to the right. You can walk your right hand out ahead of you or keep it where it is, pressing, gazing up. Keeping hips over your knees. And if you extended your arm out, bring it back underneath your shoulder. Your next inhale, press into the palm and lift the left arm up. Spread the shoulder blades, up through the fingertips. And on the exhale, returning back to tabletop. You can walk your hands 2 to 3 inches ahead of the shoulders and spread the fingers and root down through the index and the thumb. You can tuck your toes, lifting yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Taking any movement you need, walking your dog, wagging your tail. Any heat you need to build in the back of your hamstrings. And then finding stillness, allow your heels to melt down towards the mat. And press your arms away, lengthen the torso evenly through all 4 corners. And engage your quadriceps. Take a deep inhale. The slow and steady exhale. Your next inhale, gaze up between the hands. The bottom of your exhale, step to the top of your mat for ragdoll. Feet are hips distance apart, deep bend in the knees. You can grab on the opposite elbows or sway side to side. You can keep the back of the hands on the mat. Maybe nodding the head, yes or no. If you grabbed onto opposite elbows, releasing the hands down to the mat. And toe heel your feet closer and parallel. Maybe big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Find a deep bend in the knees and engage the core. Slowly rise up to stand, rolling up through the spine. Shoulders and head are the last to lift. Roll them down, reach down through the fingertips. Engage your quadriceps, lift the kneecaps, and pull the lower belly in, slightly tucking your tailbone. Your next inhale, arms reach up overhead. Maybe palms touch and gaze up. And exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hip creases, keeping the back straight. Hands reach the mat. Bring your hips over your heels. Your inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the lower back. Pull the shoulders down the spine. Back of the neck is long. And on your exhale, fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the lower back. On the exhale, plank pose. Plant your palms and step your feet back, hips distance apart. Bring your hips in line with your shoulders and your ankles. Option to drop to the knees here, or remain up. Engage your quadriceps. On your next inhale, shift the shoulders beyond the wrist creases. On the exhale, lowering halfway down, finding a 90-degree bend in the elbows. Your inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, press into the hands and the feet, keeping the thighs off the mat, and spread the front of the shoulder blades. On your exhale, downward facing dog, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back. Taking a deep inhale with a slow and steady exhale. Your inhale, gaze up between the hands. The bottom of the exhale, step, hop, or float your feet up to parallel. Your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute, root to rise. Arms reach up overhead, palms face. And exhale, Samasthiti, hands press together at heart center. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold, hinging from your hip creases. Your inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the palms, stepping back, plank pose. Your inhale, shift the shoulders beyond the wrist creases. And exhale, option to drop to the knees, lowering halfway down, 90-degree bend. Your inhale, upward facing dog. Press into the palms, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tucking the toes. Taking a deep inhale. The slow and steady exhale. Let's do 2 more just like that. Deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. In your next inhale, reach your right leg up and back and kick back through your heel. On the exhale, bring the right leg through, step between the hands and drop the left knee. Inhale, low lunge. Reach the arms overhead, palms face, and bring your right knee over your right ankle. Be slightly tucking the tailbone, finding a stretch in your left hip flexor. Your inhale, reach up through the fingertips. And on the exhale, open twist. Reach your left arm forward and your right arm back, spreading the shoulder blades. Maybe gazing back at your right fingertips, keeping the shoulders over your hips. Your next inhale, returning to low lunge. Both arms reach overhead. On the exhale, half split. Your hands frame the right leg. Straighten the right leg as you sit the hips back. Flex the right toes back towards the shin and allow your torso to drape over your right leg. Breathing into your right hamstring. Your next inhale, lunge back into the knee and tuck the left toes, downward facing dog, send your right leg back. And inhale and exhale here. Your inhale, reach the left leg up and back. And on the exhale, step between the hands, dropping the right knee, low lunge. Torso rises, arms reach overhead, palms face, pressing evenly through all four corners of your left foot. Maybe slightly tucking your tailbone. Your inhale, arms reach up. On the exhale, open twist. Reach your right arm forward, left arm back, maybe gazing back at your left fingertips. Reaching forward and back, spreading the shoulders. Your next inhale, returning to center, low lunge. High lunge, exhale, frame the left foot. Straighten the left leg, half split. Flex the left toes back towards the shin and allow your torso to drape over the left leg. Breathing into your left hamstring. Your next inhale, lunging back into the left knee. Plant the palms, tuck the right toes, downward facing dog, sending your left leg back. Taking a deep inhale. The slow and steady exhale. The deep inhale. The slow and steady exhale. Your next inhale, reach your right leg up and back. And on the exhale, step between the hands. Your inhale, high lunge. Keep the left knee lifted. Arms reach up overhead, balancing on the ball mound of the left foot. Maybe finding a slight bend in the right knee, in the left knee, allowing you to bend deeper into the right. Keeping the shoulders over the hips. Your next inhale, lengthen up through the fingertips. On the exhale, open twist, left arm forward, right arm back, maybe gazing back at your right fingertips. Your next inhale, returning back to center. And on the exhale, warrior two, root down through your left heel, keeping the right knee facing forward, gazing over your right fingertips. Next inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Reaching up through the right fingertips, the left arm can rest on top of the left thigh, or maybe taking a half bind. And gazing up. And one more inhale here. On the exhale, extended side angle, bringing your left elbow inside or on top of your right knee, reaching up through the left fingertips. Finding space in the shoulders, maybe gazing up. Still grounding down through the outside of your left foot and a deep bend in the right knee. Your next inhale, Ujjita, left arm overhead, bringing your bicep by the ear, palm faces down. On the exhale, wide-legged forward fold, walking your hands to the center of your mat, straightening out your right leg as you bring your feet parallel. On your inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the lower back, bring the crown of the head forward. On your exhale, wide-legged forward fold, walking your hands back, palm of the hands in line with the heel of your feet. Allow the crown of the head to relax down. Pressing evenly through all four corners of your feet. Bring your hips in line with your ankles. Keeping our deep inhales and slow and steady exhales. Your next inhale, halfway lift. Bring the palms under the shoulders, lengthen lower back. On the exhale, walk the hands forward, framing the right foot. Your inhale, lengthen forward through the crown of the head. On the exhale, downward facing dog, send the right leg back. The inhale, left leg up. On the exhale, step between the hands. The inhale, high lunge. Torso rises, balancing on the ball mound of the right foot. Find a deep bend in the left knee, maybe slightly bending the right knee, finding more space in the lower back. Allow the shoulders to relax down. On your inhale, reach up through the fingertips. On the exhale, open twist. Left arm back, right arm forward, maybe following the gaze to the left fingertips. Reaching forward and back. Your next inhale, returning back to center. Arms reach overhead, palms face. On the exhale, warrior two. Ground down through the outside of your right foot. Deep bend in the left knee. Gazing over the left fingertips. Your next inhale, reverse warrior. Reach the left arm up. Right hand can rest on your right thigh. Maybe taking a half bind. Back of the hand to your lower back. Reaching up through your left fingertips. Inhale. And on the exhale, extended side angle, bringing your left elbow inside or on top of your left knee. Reaching the right arm up, spreading the shoulder blades, reaching through the right fingertips. Still grounding down through the outside of your right foot and a deep bend in the left knee. Your next inhale, Utthita, bicep by the ear, palm faces down, one line of energy. And on the exhale, wide-legged forward fold, walking your hands to the center of the mat. Parallel the feet and straighten the left leg. Your inhale, halfway lift. And the exhale, forward fold down. Heel of the hand in line with the heels of your feet. Relaxing the crown of the head down towards the mat. Your next inhale, halfway lift. And your exhale, walk yourself to the top of your mat, framing the left foot, tucking the right toes, downward facing dog. A deep inhale. And a slow and steady exhale. Your next inhale, right leg up and back. And on the exhale, pigeon pose, bringing your right knee outside of your right wrist. Shin is parallel to the top of your mat. You can drop the left knee, reaching back through the toes, coming straight out from your hip. On the inhale, lift up through the chest. An option to stay here or walking yourself out to your forearms, maybe all the way down to your forehead. Wherever you found your pigeon pose today, taking a slow and steady inhale and exhale. If you came down to your forearms, bring your palms back to the mat under your shoulders, tucking your left toes, downward facing dog, sending your right leg back, taking any movement you might need on the right side. And then finding stillness. On your inhale, reach your left leg up and back. On the exhale, pigeon pose, bringing your left knee outside of your left wrist. Shin is parallel to the front of your mat. Bringing your right knee down, reaching back through the toes. And inhale, reaching up through the chest. On the exhale, walking yourself maybe down to your forearms or all the way down to your forehead for sleeping pigeon. Noticing any differences that might be on this side compared to the other. Just noticing, bringing awareness without judgment. Wherever you are, taking a deep inhale, and a slow and steady exhale. If you came down to your forearms, rising back up, planting the palms on the mat, and tucking the right toes, downward facing dog. Finding any movement you might need on this side. And then finding stillness. Taking a deep inhale and exhale. And drop your knees down to the mat. Bring your shins over to one side as you sit down to the other. And bring the bottom of your left foot to the inside of your inner right thigh. On your inhale, reaching up through the fingertips. And on the exhale, twist to the left, bringing your left arm behind you, right hand outside of your left knee. On your inhale, reach up through the crown of your head. On the exhale, twist, gazing over your left shoulder, flexing your right foot back towards your right shin, gazing over the left shoulder, stretching your neck. Your next inhale, just the head turns to gaze to the right toes. On your exhale, unwind, reaching your hands out to interlace behind your foot. On your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the lower back. On the exhale, fold over your right leg, forehead to knee, chin to chest. Continue flexing your right toes back towards your shin as you drop the left shoulder down. Your next inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the lower back. On the exhale, slowly rising up. Just switching sides, bringing the bottom of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. On your inhale, arms reach overhead. On the exhale, twist to the right, right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of your left knee. On the inhale, lengthen up through the spine. On the exhale, twist, gazing over your right shoulder, keeping the shoulders stacked over your hips. Your next inhale, just the head turns to gaze to your left toes. On the exhale, unwinding, grabbing onto the outside of your left foot or maybe shin. On your inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, fold forward, forehead to knee, chin to chest. Continue flexing your left toes back towards the shin as you drop your right shoulder. Your next inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, slowly rising up all the way. Bringing your feet straight out ahead of you. Finding the center of the mat with your hips as you slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your back. Pulling your knees into the chest, maybe swaying side to side, massaging out the lower back. Kind of keep your right knee pulling in as you straighten the left leg, allow your left heel to rest on the mat. And flex the left toes back towards the shin as you pull the right knee in towards your right armpit. Continue engaging your left leg, keeping both shoulders on the mat, maybe closing the eyes if that's comfortable. Taking an inhale. On the exhale, bring the right knee over towards the left side. Taking a supine twist. Extend your right arm out. Be gazing to the right fingertips. Eyes can remain shut. Your next inhale, pulling both knees back into center, maybe rocking side to side, neutralizing the spine. And then keep your left knee pulling in as you extend your right leg out. And flexing your right toes back towards your shin as you pull your left knee in towards your left armpit. Continue engaging the right leg, pressing it into the mat. Taking another inhale here. On the exhale, bring your left knee over to the right for supine twist. Extending your left arm out. Be gazing at your fingertips or closing the eyes. Your next inhale, returning back to center, unwinding, pulling both knees into the chest, maybe swaying side to side. And then grabbing onto the outsides of the feet, maybe big toes around your ankles for happy baby. Keeping the lower back and the head on the mat, pulling the knees to your side, maybe swaying side to side. Maybe straightening one leg at a time, or maybe both at once. And then pull the knees into the chest. One last little bit of effort. Pull your forehead up, chin to chest, squeezing into a little ball. And then Savasana, your final rest. Allow your feet to come out wide. Maybe slightly tucking the shoulders under, opening the heart, closing the eyes, releasing any tension you have in the forehead. And when you're ready, I invite you to stay here as long as you'd like. And when you're done, rolling up to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. Hands pressing together at heart center. Thank you for letting me guide you today. Namaste.